Iraq, no. Iceland, yes, proxy. Israel, yes. Virgin Islands, Italy, Japan, Kazakhstan, Kenya is a proxy we will discuss in a moment. Kyrgyzstan, Kiribati is not here, yes. Korea, Kosovo, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, People's Democratic Republic of Laos, no. Latvia, Libya, not here. Lebanon, not here. Liechtenstein, not here. Lithuania, Luxembourg, Macau, no. Morocco, no. Malaysia, no. Malawi, no. Republic of Moldova, she's coming later as far as I understand. Mexico, yes. Mongolia, no. Former Yugoslav Republic of Macedonia, no. Malta, yes. Republic of Montenegro, no. Monaco, no. Mauritius, yes. Mauritania, no. Myanmar is a proxy. Myanmar, no. Namibia, Netherlands, Nepal, no. Norfolk Islands, no. Nigeria, no. Niger, no. Norway, New Zealand, Pakistan, no. Panama is a proxy we'll discuss. Paraguay, yes. Peru, Philippines, no. Palau, no. Papua New Guinea, no. Poland, yes. Portugal, no. Democratic People's Republic of Korea, yes. Puerto Rico, Qatar is apologized. Romania, South Africa, Russian Federation, Rwanda, no. Samoa, no. Senegal, no. Singapore, Sierra Leone, no. Slovenia is coming tomorrow, they have a problem with the plane. San Marino, yes. Somalia, Serbia, Sri Lanka, no. Sudan, no. Switzerland, Suriname, okay. Slovakia, Sweden, Tonga has apologized this morning, they're not coming. Thailand, not here yet. Tajikistan, Togo, Chinese Taipei, not here yet. Trinidad and Tobago, yes. Tunisia, no. Turkey, of course. Uganda, no. Ukraine, yes. Uruguay, proxy. United States of America, yes. Uzbekistan, Vanuatu, no. Venezuela, yes. And Vietnam is a proxy we'll discuss in a second. Okay, we'll count soon how many numbers we have, but there is some delegations that have announced that they would come that are still missing, so the number might change during the day. Okay. Yes, we've received the apologies of our two honorary presidents, Mr. Francesco Necchi Ruscone and also of Jim Easton. Both are doing excellent, but unfortunately could not be here today. We also received apologies from Qatar and Tonga, who could not be here either. Now we have a point in terms of the registration, in terms of proxies, and if we can have the slides, please. Can we have the slides on the proxies? Too late. Sorry. Okay, we seem to have a small technical problem, which is always the case with the first presentation. Otherwise, we will do it without presentation. It's not a... There we are, nearly there. Can have it on the screen completely. Thank you. Okay, so we have 5 proxies that we wanted to put forward for discussion and or approval to the Congress, to make sure that there is no further discussion afterwards on the fact that they are accepted or not. I will go through the different cases. We received 1 day after the deadline from Kenya a proxy to Egypt. This was mainly due to communication issues. It was on the 29th of August, the deadline was the 28th. We had Azerbaijan who gave a proxy to Turkey on the 5th of September. They were informed on the 4th of September that they had to go to the Islamic Games rather than come to the Congress and the World Championships. This was a decision of their government, and they apologized for not being here, but they were under no choice to go to the Islamic Games in Indonesia. Then we had Vietnam giving a proxy to Switzerland. This was already indicated before the deadline, but the paperwork only arrived on the 6th of September, also for communication reasons. And then we have been informed on the 25th of September that Dominican Republic was not able to attend due to issues that they could not foresee. And then they were carrying the proxy of Panama. So they have asked if Dominican Republic can give a proxy to Guatemala, and then Panama asked if their proxy can be given to Brazil. We have discussed this in the executive board yesterday. The executive board recommends that it's put for acceptance and proposes to accept these proxies. However, it would need a 2/3 majority of Congress. This has been confirmed by the chairman of the Constitution and Rules Committee as well. So I give the floor to the President.
Thank you, Tom. My dear colleagues, as our Secretary General informed you about the situation, as World Archery Executive Board, we support those proxies for the highest number of the participation in this Congress, but your approval is necessary in this point. If all those favor, please raise your hands for supporting these proxies. Okay, I am seeing that we have a 2/3 majority. Thank you very much.
Okay, so I ask the staff to give the proxies, the 5 proxies, to the countries concerned. We will inform you as soon as all of this has been done and that the registration is complete on the exact number of votes that will be available, and as soon as I have that number I will inform you. Thank you.
Thank you, Tom. I want to give the floor again to our Secretary General for remembrance of people passed away.
Thank you, Mr. President. As is the tradition at our Congress, at the start of the Congress, we remember the people that passed away since the last Congress in Torino. The first person is the former Olympic team manager from Great Britain, Mr. David Clark, who passed away in September 2011. The second person is the former Paralympic team manager and organizer of Stoke Mandeville tournament, Mr. David Hilton, 4th of December 2011. Honorary judge, Mr. John Kember-Smith, also from Great Britain, on the 21st of January 2012. The Secretary General of the Croatian Archery Association and receiver of the bronze plaquette, Mr. Rade Milinkovic, on the 5th of March 2012. The World Archery Vice President, the founding President of World Archery Europe, longtime President of the French Archery Federation and receiver of the gold plaquette, of course, Mr. François de Massary, who passed away on the 19th of March 2012. Judge Emeritus, former Board of Justice member, Mr. Horst Helfrich from Germany, on the 2nd of April 2012. National coach of the Polish team, Mr. Stanisław Stuli-Glowla from Poland, 18th of April 2012. Honorary judge and of course father of Sergio, Mr. Guillermo Font Oliver from Cuba, on the 22nd of May 2012. Ukrainian coach, Mr. Valentin Morozov, on the 4th of June 2012. The Secretary General of the Bhutanese Archery Federation, Mr. Pema Namgyel, on the 16th of June 2012. Junior World Archery Indoor Champion in Izmir at a very young age, Mr. R. Abidev from Russia, on the 10th of July 2012. Egyptian judge, Mr. Islam Osama, on the 22nd of August 2012. President of the German Shooting Sport and Archery Federation, Mr. Joseph Ambacher, on the 8th of September 2012. An athlete from Puerto Rico and the husband of also an athlete from Puerto Rico, Nadia Ruiz, Mr. Jose Enrique Gomez, on the 7th of December 2012. A well-known person to this hall, the Judge Emeritus and Chair of the Judges Committee, Mr. Giampiero Spada, on the 5th of February 2013. Vice President of the French Archery Federation, organizer of the World Archery Field Championships in Vertu in 1994, and also very actively involved in the World Championships last year, Mr. Michel Atnet from France, on the 3rd of March 2013. Athlete of the Indian team, gold medalist at the Asian Grand Prix in Tehran 2008, Ms. Pratima Boro from India, on the 6th of May 2013. Archery GB President, Mr. Alf Davies, on the 18th of July 2013. Founding President of the Austrian Federation, Mr. Alois Zoff, on the 31st of August 2013. Mr. President.
My friends, I invite you to the silence, please. Thank you. Now we move to agenda item 5, nomination of scrutineers. As you know, we need 2 scrutineers during the Congress. We nominate 2 names. Kenneth Alund from Sweden, Evelyn Papadopoulou from Greece, for your approval. If you approve, please raise your hands. For scrutineers. Thank you very much. Affiliations. I give the floor again to the Secretary General for affiliations.
Thank you, Mr. President. We will now put forward for acceptance new member associations that are temporary member associations until today. And now we have to decide if we will accept them as full member. In alphabetical order, the first one is the Falkland Islands. Are there any questions or remarks before we put it to a vote? Yes, Argentina. Sorry, microphone.
Hello, good morning. We have an objection. It's well known at an international level to the conflict regarding sovereignty over the Malvinas Island. From our country, Argentina, who actively reclaim internationally on this issue, and the United Kingdom of Great Britain. In this sense, we must remember that United Nations, despite the concerns proposals of Argentina, has not yet given a resolution and deal with this issue. Malvinas Island is part of a province for Argentina, and we think that without our consent, it is impossible to recognize Malvinas Island as a new federation in World Archery. That's our objection. Perhaps we can ask about that to the International Olympic Committee and know what's thinking about the situation with Falkland Island or for us, Malvinas Island. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other remarks on this matter? Archery GB.
Good morning, Congress. David Sherratt, Archery GB. Clearly, we support the Falkland Islands being admitted as a member of World Archery. Falkland Islands is a protectorate of GB, and as such, we totally support this, as does our Olympic Association. World Archery is not a political organisation and is looking to grow archery within the whole world, and for us it's important that this area has the opportunity to grow archery.
Any other questions or remarks? It has to be clear, whatever we decide, this has no impact on the legal status of Falkland Islands. We are deciding if they can be member of World Archery and nothing else. This is not the role of a sports organization. Any other questions? Then I will ask for a vote. We will do it by show of hands. Of course, the ones up for membership application cannot vote at this stage. So all those in favor to accept Falkland Islands as member of World Archery, please raise their hand. I think the scrutineers will need to count. So if the two scrutineers can check. So all those in favor, please keep your hand up so the two scrutineers can count. Okay. Have we all counted? No, they're still counting, so please keep your hands up for a moment.
Majority.
Okay, good, thank you. All those against? That's easier. So, and abstain? There's one abstention over there. Okay, so I think we can say that they are accepted as member of World Archery. The second one is Gabon. Now, Gabon has applied for membership just after our Congress in Torino, but has not paid membership fees since. So we will not ask them to become member as such, because we would have to exclude them in 5 minutes from now as well. So we will write to them that they first have to get their work done before they can become a member of World Archery. We have the reaffiliation of Kyrgyzstan. Any comment on that one? No? All those in favor? Okay, that's fine, thank you. Then we have a reaffiliation of Kiribati. Any comment on that one? Okay, all those in favor? Fine, thank you, accepted. We have an affiliation of Malawi. Any comments? No? All those in favor? Okay, thank you. We have the reaffiliation of Nigeria. All those in favor? Okay, thank you. We have the reaffiliation of Pakistan. Any comments on that? Okay, all those in favor? Thank you. We have a reaffiliation of Togo. Any comments? No? All those in favor? Thank you. We have a reaffiliation of the former Yugoslavic Republic of Macedonia. Any questions? No? All those in favor? Thank you. We have the affiliation of the Virgin Islands. Any question on that one? Okay, all those in favor? Thank you. We have the affiliation of the Comoros. Comoros, yes, all those in favor? Good. Then we have affiliation of Sudan. Any questions? No? All those in favor? Thank you. We have the affiliation of Bahamas. Any questions on Bahamas? No? All those in favor? Thank you. And then we have the affiliation of Rwanda. Any questions on that one? No? So all those in favor on Rwanda? Okay, so congratulations to all of these member associations accepted. And as of now, as soon as we close this point, because we will now talk about expulsions and warnings, we will give you voting rights to this Congress. We have some member associations that we are going to give a warning for reasons of inactivity. As you know, World Archery wants all their members to be active. If they are not active or do not show activity, we will give a warning, and if they are not active by next Congress, we will expel them. The first one we will give a warning is Cambodia. The second one is Bosnia-Herzegovina. The third one is Tunisia. And the last one is Norfolk Islands. I also want to mention that we have an issue with Togo, which we will talk to, because there is some issues with Togo on their activity, and if the activity is not becoming a reality, we will of course not accept them to be same as member of World Archery. So Togo, which we accepted, we have an issue with them and we will discuss it with them. Are there any questions on these countries in terms of the warnings? Doesn't seem to be the case, so I accept this as an approval of these warnings. Then we have some countries we have to unfortunately expel because no activity and no payment of membership fees. The first one, and it's again in alphabetical order, Afghanistan. Any questions on Afghanistan? Okay, then ask you to vote if you agree to expel Afghanistan. All those in favor? Okay, good. Abstentions? 1. The ones that want to keep Afghanistan, so the ones are against? None. So Afghanistan will be informed that they are expelled as such. Dominica, not to be confused with Dominican Republic, the same situation. They have not paid the membership fees and we don't see any sign of activity. Any comments on them? Not being the case. All those in favor to expel Dominica? Okay, thank you. We will inform them. The next one is Eritrea. Any comment on Eritrea? All those in favor to expel Eritrea? Okay, thank you. Tunisia? No, sorry. Mauritania? Mauritania, do you agree? Any comments on Mauritania? No? All those in favor to expel Mauritania? Thank you. And the last one, American Samoa. They already got a warning in Torino. I discussed it with the president of Oceania this morning. So American Samoa is also proposed to be expelled. Any comments? No? All those in favor? Okay. Thank you. So based on this situation, at this moment we have 150 members. We have some member applications in progress, but we have 150 members at the end of this Congress. Thank you.
Thank you, Tom. My friends, now we move on agenda item 7, confirmation of the previous Congress minutes. You have all the minutes on your tablets downloaded. If you have any questions, any comments about the previous Congress minutes? No? We need your approval. Do you accept the minutes of Torino Congress? Please raise your hands if you accept. Okay, thank you. Item 8, matters arising from the minutes. No.
Mr. President, there is no matters arising from the minutes. I just want to inform you that at the moment we have 92 votes registered. That is the moment at the moment, but we know there is some people that are late, so this number can go up during the day. But at the moment there is 92 votes registered. Thank you.
Thank you. Now we move to agenda item 9, annual reports. First report belongs to me. My dear friends, once again we have come together in a very warm and friendly atmosphere in beautiful Belek. I would like to inform you about some of our important activities very briefly. As you know very well, we had a great success at the London Games last year in our very prestigious venue at Lord's. More than 30 of our matches ended in a shoot-off, a result of our new competition system. I am very happy and proud that many very well-known TV people are saying that archery has changed a lot, especially for TV. In addition, our spectators in London very much like seeing archery at Lord's, and according to the spectator satisfaction survey, which was arranged by IOC, the general satisfaction level was at 97%, a very high result. I also received many very good comments from NBC Olympics and CBC Sports about archery. And our great sport was shown as a very good example for a changing sport by OBS, Olympic Broadcasting System. Many of my colleagues from the IOC visited us at Lord's and commented very positively about our new system. As we all know, this huge improvement was a result of our very dynamic World Archery Plan. This success belongs to all of you, because many of you contributed to the plan and always supported us in all new projects. On behalf of World Archery, I thank you very much. As a result of the London feedback and the IOC questionnaires and other objective evaluations, archery move up in the IOC Olympic revenue distribution categories, and World Archery has a very strong position in the Olympic program. Archery is now one of the 25 core sports on the program. You are seeing some major criteria concerning IOC evaluation on this slide. Archery's success was made possible due to the following key elements. First, a great family of skill, clean, elite athletes from all 5 continents. Second, a set of rules and competition formats that the general public, not just the archery family, can easily understand and that can be implemented by our judges and officials. Another one, a commitment from all of our member associations and officials to deliver quality events and development programs. A staff that is highly motivated and is ready to take new directions before anyone else, as evidence in our event production, broadcasting, internet, and social media activities. A great cooperation with all the stakeholders in the Olympic movement, such as the IOC, ASOIF, ANOC, Olympic Solidarity, WADA, Spor Accord, and others. As you know, it was the main goal of our Archery World Plan for archery to become an important Olympic sport, and I can report to you that World Archery has achieved the goal it set for itself. Thank you. In this point, I would like to thank our partners regarding our successful plan. Our friends Lars H. Pedersen and Caroline Andersen for their great contributions. Please applause for them. Our Our sponsorship program continues very successful, and this year FILA, a high-quality sportswear brand, joined us with a long-term contract. I would like to welcome FILA to World Archery and thank them for their support. I believe that FILA will contribute very attractive sports attire to World Archery. With their high-quality preparation and printing, World Archery publications are very much of interest to everyone. As you know, our well-experienced team works very hard at these projects. And Marcos Lorenzo, as a new young person, joined the team with his new energy. At this time, I would like to thank our great team. Bob Smith, please, Bob. Uğur Korkmaz and Hakan Balcı for their great effort. Thank you. World Archery TV is also continuing its successful broadcasting, and they serve many TV channels with high-quality HD images. This year, we have a special TV project, the result of which is an agreement with the Eurosport channel. You will watch archery on Eurosport with increasing broadcast frequency. I thank Cedric Roger and all his Archery TV team members for their fantastic job. As you very well know, our World Cup series is continuing with great success and with our archers' great interest. We had another attractive final in Paris in another spectacular location, the Trocadero, last weekend. And it was really one of our wonderful events. In this point, I would like to thank our friend, our Vice President, Philippe Bouclet, for his really great effort and wonderful organization. Thank you, Philippe. As we informed you in general before, World Archery has a big project with the start of the Archery Training Center construction in Lausanne within the next year. During his report, our Secretary General will inform you about some other details. We believe that it will be another big opportunity for improvement for our great sport, and this project will serve as a training and competition base for all our archers. My friends, our family is growing continuously, and today we have 156 member associations. We are a large family now, and we have excellent global representation. We are very happy and proud of this growth. This is also a result of our World Archery Plan. In the last part of my speech, I want to express my special thanks to my colleagues on our executive board. We have a really very good team working in a wonderful harmony. Our Secretary General, Tom Dillon, is like a famous orchestra conductor, coordinating the many aspects of World Archery activities. I am very happy to work with him, and I thank him very much. Juan Carlos Solgado, as the chief of the event team, has traveled many kilometers and did a great job together with his fantastic team, Chris March, George Tekmikov, Rocky Bester, Murat Olgun, and many others. I would like to thank all of them. And Pascal Colmer, Didier Mieville, Caroline Murat, Deka Niamki, Ludivine Vicky, Severin Derias, Jenny Brugger, Rahele Ahatpur, Wanahe Antil, Thomas Obert, and Kim Soo Young. I thank all of you for your great efforts and contributions to our wonderful sport. And I also thank all our committees for their great job. Without their involvement, we would not have been able to move forward. Thank you very much, our committee chairman, chairpersons, and members. And finally, a huge thanks to all of you, my friends. Thank you very much. Now floor is again our Secretary General.
Thank you, President. Also, thank you very much on behalf of all our staff for your very nice words, and I can only say the same. I'm very proud of what they do every day as such. Mr. President, distinguished guests, I will give an update on my report which you received in your tablets. So I'm not going to repeat what is already in there, but give you more up-to-date information on what was sent. As you know, we had the IOC session in Buenos Aires some weeks ago, and one of the things that I want to inform you on is on the mixed team situation. As you know, we have had the idea to submit to the IOC the mixed team for inclusion in the Rio Olympic Games. Unfortunately, at this stage, the answer to that is negative, and this has nothing to do with the quality of the mixed team event, but everything to do with some challenges the IOC is facing in Rio, and all requests, not only ours, but all 17 requests that the IOC have received for the Rio Olympic Games have been put on hold, and we have been informed that there will be no changes for the Rio Games to the sports program. This is unfortunate. We had hoped that the mixed team would be included, and especially that this would help even more to show the universality of our sport to the entire world. However, I think at this stage we have to be realistic, and we will start, I would say, preparing for the 2020 Olympic Games. And I take this occasion to congratulate our Japanese delegation who has the honor to organize the 2020 Olympic Games in Tokyo. Although we have just, I would say, expelled some members, we still have a very good growth of our membership, which you can see on this slide. And we have a steady growth. As you know, some years ago, we clearly took a decision not to create members, but we want to have members that are active and that are strong. And this is the reason why the growth is not as quick as it could be, but we want to have true members and not postal boxes. And I think this is important for everyone to realize, and we want to work on making sure that all 150 now members are active, and we will help all of you to become bigger and bigger and bigger. Here are some success stories of some member associations, and I'm comparing the situation since 2008. France has passed 70,000 members, has now 72,500 members, and has seen a growth of about 25% since 2008. I heard a rumor that they might be trying to get to 100,000 by the next time I give my report, but we will see how much the impact of events like the World Cup in Paris will give. Great Britain has now reached over 40,000 mark, and has also grown more than 27% since 2008. In Italy, we also see a similar growth rate. Now, we want to hear from you your numbers, so we can also show some other countries here. Maybe you're not yet at the 40, 50,000, we understand, but even if you have increased from 500 to 1,000, it's good news and we want to know about it. We are also very happy that there was an independent study carried out by the Archery Trade Association, who in the past was basing its studies on sales of equipment, but now has asked an independent study to be made in the United States, and it has shown that last year, in 2012, 18.9 million adult people used a bow and arrow. This is fantastic news, and it's even better news to know that the large majority of that are actually target and competitive archers. Also very good news is that 38% of them were women, which shows an enormous increase in the participation of women in the United States, and I congratulate the United States delegates for this fantastic success. We now talk a little bit about finances. We have changed our bank since last Congress, and we have worked with our Finance and Audit Board quite actively to make sure that they understand the concerns of our federation. We are not here to invest money in a lucrative way and to take risks. They know our risk that we want to take, and they manage our risks by looking at the exchange rate, and I'll come back to the US dollar Swiss francs ratio, which is critical for us. I'm not going to go into details, but basically, we are using things like dual currency certificates. We have also a minimization of the cost. We have been able to negotiate very good rates with our bank. And we have also hedged against any possibilities with the US dollar going down in relation to the Swiss francs, which is a tendency we have seen over the last 10 years quite a lot. We've been able to sell to Swiss francs because most of our expenses, as you know, are in Swiss francs. We've been able to exchange the US dollar to Swiss francs at an average rate of 94, and you will see on the next slide that this is not always easy. We've also been able to sell US dollar to euros for our currency needs in euros at a very good rate of 1.27. So far we had a return of 34,000 on the dual currency certificates, which is a safe way to have a certain revenue without taking any major risk. We've also started to invest in bonds for around 6 million Swiss francs. Here on this slide you can see the challenge we face every day in our office, which is the US dollar Swiss franc ratio. And you see it's really not a flat line. On the slide you can see when we received the money from the International Olympic Committee following the London Olympic Games, and you can see that the changes we made were done at proper times, especially the last inflow we had. I don't know where I found my crystal ball that day, but it was pretty good timing to sell the money into Swiss francs. To give you some idea, this is the current situation, and the Swiss franc has gone down again, despite that all the banks are telling me that it's going to go up. This is our current office structure. We have, since this year, 2 new colleagues on board, which one of you I don't have to present, Chris March, our very successful competition manager from London, and then we also have Marcos Lorenzo, who has joined us in the communication part. The reason why we needed these 2 extra staff is to increase our services to our events, because Chris March is helping Juan Carlos in the events department, and Marcos is very much in charge to expand our communication. This is very important for us to grow. Our president shown a little bit already the criteria the IOC used to decide on the groupings of the Olympic sports. Now we all know that this is not about a ranking or to know who is better than others, but it gives an indication if a sport is growing or not. World Archery has been very much active even before we knew the criteria to enhance in many of these domains. Television was mentioned by our president, but we have been very much at the forefront of internet, which has helped tremendously to be among the sports considered for upgrading. This is why we also, I would say, talk with you a lot about things like internet, social media, YouTube and so on. And during this Congress, during the workshops, we will even give you more information on this. One aspect of this criteria is a very easy one for all of you to help. There is one very easy criteria that we can all fulfill, all of you, and that is to host national championships. However, it's very important that you don't only host national championships, but you do it also in both genders. And I'm sure our Women in Sport coordinator, Evelyn Papadopoulou, will fully agree with me that it's important that all of our member associations have national championships for women. So we ask all of you to do an effort and to inform us when you have a national championship that you have a national championship both for men and women. And we are looking into making it a requirement of being member that you have actually a national championship. If we look at some of the statistics of our social media, Archery TV has seen a quite drastic improvement over the last 3 years since Torino. We had around 8,000 subscribers in 2011. We are currently on 27,834. We are the #2 international federation in YouTube based on the figures we got from Google, who is running YouTube. We had an increase of 68% since last year, and the year has not finished yet. Facebook is also a very important social media for us, and we are currently at 67,000 fans, which is an increase of 857% since last Congress. We had 7,000 in 2011, and this number is rising every time. We hope to reach 100,000 by the end of the year. Internet, we have an average so far this year of 10,000 visitors per day. Of course, last year we had even more. We had around 15,000 in average, but this was mainly also caused by the Olympic Games, where we have had even on one day close to 300,000 visitors that day. And I was very happy to see that for the first time our server did not crash during such an important event. This year so far the highest has been 22,000, but with the World Championships both here, Wuxi and others coming soon, we are sure that the highest number will be broken probably next week, and we hope to reach 40,000 as such. The London Olympic Games were very important for us in terms of TV coverage, and also, as our president already mentioned, in terms of the spectators' return. We were the only venue rated 5-star by a famous British newspaper, and we emerged really as the most popular sport over the first few days of the Games on NBC's Cables network. We were very happy also with the figures on Eurosport and all other countries. Especially the more than 50% market share in the Netherlands was an extraordinary figure for us. TV is also something we concentrate on between the Olympics, and we continue to have excellent relationships with SBS in Korea. We have, as our president said, a very good relationship now with Eurosport, and I put some other channels there like Setanta Africa, where we're also visible in Africa, Fox Sports, which is mainly Asia, and Universal Sports, which is an NBC subsidiary. Since I will be talking a lot, I think it's better that I show you some videos, and that I will show you 2 of the videos we have made together with Eurosport to promote our sport on Eurosport. And Didier, if I can have the 2 videos. Oh, I have to go a little bit longer, he says. So you see two things from Paris on this slide. You see, for the first time we used in Paris a cable camera, and this is something together with Cedric we continuously try to improve our production. Yes, now we can have the video.
Archery. Power and precision. Passion and perseverance. Dedication and devotion. Intensity and integrity. Archery, the ultimate sporting challenge.
So these commercials were seen on Eurosport quite a lot, and I've got very good comments from people from the archery family, but also very important from people outside of the archery family. Now, we talked a lot about events there as well. I think it's better that we show the road from Torino to here, Belek, Antalya. We will discover some of the nice images that were taken at the Paralympics. Then we will continue to the Olympics. We will see what happened at the World Championships, the World Cup, and we will finish with the World Cup finals with some of the images that were taken last week in Paris, where we had by far our best World Cup final ever. One other event I want to mention since my report was sent was the World Games in Cali, where we had for our compound event on the finals, we had 3,300 tickets sold, an estimated 3,500 spectators for the compound finals, which was the biggest audience ever for a compound event, and we were very happy with that. Now we want to see a little bit the future. Oops, one. There we are. And I want to show you a little bit about our World Archery Center, which we are building. And building is perhaps a little bit too optimistic at the moment. We are working on the administration so that hopefully we can start building next year the World Archery Center for completion in 2015. However, this week we had a meeting with the architects and they showed us for the first time how the center could look from the inside in 2015. So let's walk and put ourselves in 2015 and do our first walk into the World Archery Center in Lausanne. So this is the corridor that is on the first level, and we just passed the fitness on the left. We see the field on the right. We see a nice patio on the left. We continue walking. We pass on the side the meeting room. We continue walking, and then we go and we'll go a little bit down. We will now go into the shooting hall, where you will see the targets that will be at 18 meters. And this was a very short view of what the center could look like in 2015. We hope that by the next Congress in Denmark, we can not show you an animation, but an update on the construction and hopefully even pictures of the opening. Unfortunately, the calendar is not controlled by us, but by administration. Having lived for 17 years in Switzerland, I thought I knew everything about Swiss administration. I can tell you, well, me and Juan Carlos have learned so many things, and it's not easy. But we are sure that the center will go ahead, and hopefully by the next Congress we can show you real images from the opening of the center or the construction of the center. Thank you very much. This concludes my report, and if there is any questions, I'm ready to take them.
Thank you, Tom. Please stay on podium. For other reports, first ad hoc committees.
Yes, in terms of the ad hoc committees, I would say you have received on the tablets today also the ad hoc committee report of the Women in Sport coordinator. We will basically present tomorrow during the awards section the Women in Sport Awards. I think the conclusion of the report was that there was a good progress of more women in our organization, especially also in the events, but there is still a lot of work to do. I'm sure that we all agree on that, and we continue to work with Evelyn and with everyone involved to make sure that there is progress as such. In terms of the other ad hoc committee reports, we don't have too many ad hoc committees at the moment, but I want to inform you that at the end of this Congress and at our executive board meeting in Bangkok, we will for sure appoint one very critical ad hoc committee, which will be to help you with our strategic plan for the future. And this is basically important because we want to make sure that what we have accomplished at international level can also be accomplished at national level. And we will create a very specific ad hoc committee for that to help you to get to a higher level in your country as well. That concludes for my report for the ad hoc committee, and then I can continue to the foundation of the foundation we have.
Yes, please.
In terms of the foundation, the report will be very short. The foundation, as you know, I presented that in Torino, has changed its main goal, and the goal is really in relation to the World Archery Center, which we are building in Lausanne. The foundation financed the management seminar we had in Lausanne in 2011, but in 2012 the financing has been fully contributed to the planning phase of the World Archery Center. And also for this year, all expenses for the foundation have been going to the development of the World Archery Center. I also want to thank here the Eastern Foundation, which is helping us to build that center, and many thanks to Greg and Jim Easton for helping us make this center possible. We also have some other partners in the construction of the center, and we will mention them at the appropriate time in the future. But without the already money we received at this stage from the Eastern Center, we could not go ahead, from Eastern Foundations, we could not go ahead with the planning of the center. So many thanks to you, Greg, for your contribution. I don't know if there's any specific questions on the foundation. This is not the Congress of the foundation, but the foundation will help us make the center. The center will be built with the foundation as owner, so there is no financial risk for World Archery. It's two separate entities, so it's not going to have an impact on the finances of the World Archery Federation. If there is any questions on the foundation, I will take them now. If not, this concludes my report on the foundation.
Thank you very much especially for the clarification, Tom. If you don't have any questions, we can have a coffee break at this moment for half an hour. We will start again 10:45. Thank you, my friends.
giving up this whole eyes on me. Call it out like a family. Stood up at night time, get a ride until the rubber leaves the road. You said don't lie, so I made the truth. Seem like a lie to even you. Control your fears, that you do not know where you're going to. So don't you worry, you'll be my resolution. Characters of no illusion. You'll be my resolution. One more down and it's inside. Oh, I'm guaranteed to lose my mind. It's dangerous to see inside. You might know what I'm trying to hide. So from the cradle to quarter age, oh, I bought the book but didn't flip the page. Oh, and it just still, we stay as far away from the coming of day. So don't you worry, you'll be my resolution. Characters are no illusion. You will be my resolution. Characters are no illusion. You will be my resolution. Turn around, put it down and see that this is really the place to be. I'm not you nor you me, but we're both moving steady.
I was scared of dentists and the dark. I was scared of pretty girls and starting conversations. All my friends are turning green. Yeah, the magician's assistant in their dream. Oh, and they come unstuck. Lady, running down to the riptide, taken away to the dark side. I wanna be your One Friday night I took a pill or maybe two. Down at the car park I saw everyone I knew. And before the night was started, we had planned to crash a party, just a place that someone knew. A local house belonging to a gangster's crew. And at the door they shone a light into my face. Have to admit I felt a little out of place, but I made my way inside, past 1,000 crazy eyes. Then a friend took me aside, said everyone here has a night. I've seen it all, I've seen it all now. I swear to God, I've seen it all. Nothing shocks me anymore after tonight. Those little doves that send my mind and heart a beating. To say I felt weird really doesn't need repeating. I could sense in my attention the atmosphere of violence. Then they took a guy outside and someone stabbed him with a knife. I've seen it all, I've seen it all now. I swear to God, I've seen it all. Nothing shocks me anymore after tonight. I've seen it all, I've seen it all now. I've seen it all, I've seen it all now. I swear to God, I've seen it all. Nothing shocks me anymore after tonight. I've seen the light, but not the kind I would have liked.
She walked towards you with her head down low. She wondered if there's a way out of the blue. Who's gonna take her home this time? She knew that this time wouldn't be the last time. There she waits, looking for a savior, someone to save her from a dying self. Always taking 10 steps back and 1 step forward. She's tired, but she don't stop. She don't stop, she don't stop, she don't stop. She don't stop, she don't stop, she don't stop. Every day she stood hoping for a new life. She closed her eyes, then she heard a small voice say, "You don't stop, no, you belong to me." She cried, maybe it's too late. Don't stop, 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 don't stop.
My friends, please take your seats.
Tell me a story that I
My dear friends, as the World Archery, we are happy that during the Congress, our 50th Congress, and during the World Championships, we will be together, many of our IOC members, my friends, colleagues and friends. Now, two of my friends are here, Mr. Habib Maki from Oman and Mr. Meliton Sanchez Rivas from Panama. Next week, we will be together again for nearly 10 of our IOC members, including our new president, Dr. Thomas Bach, and one of the new vice presidents, Mr. John Coates from Australia. As I mentioned, we will be really very happy to be together with them here in beautiful Belek. Now we move to agenda item 10, finance, as a block. I give the floor again to Tom, our Secretary General.
Thank you, President. I will do this also together with the Chair of the Finance and Audit Board, Bob Smith. And the first point actually is the report of the Chairman of the Finance and Audit Board. I don't know if anybody has a specific question for the report. If that is not the case, then we can go immediately to the 2011 accounts. Any question for the Finance and Audit Board report? No? Thank you. So thank you, Bob, for a very good job. So we have you've received on the documents that were sent in advance the auditor's report for 2011, and the report in the end says, in our opinion, the financial statements for the year ended December 31st, 2011 comply with Swiss law and the Federation's article of incorporation, signed by William Wright, Audit Expert Auditor in Charge, and Florian Kirchhoff, Audit Expert in Charge. Are there any questions on the 2011 accounts? That doesn't seem to be the case. Then I have to ask for a formal approval of the 2011 accounts. All those in favor? Thank you. Anyone against? No? Anyone abstaining? Thank you. Then we go to the 2012 accounts. And I'll quickly go again to the opinion of the auditors, and in our opinion, financial statements for the year ended December 31st, 2012 comply with Swiss law and the Federation's article of incorporation, signed by Guillaume Nayet, Auditor in Charge, and Olivier Mirchak, also Auditor for PricewaterhouseCoopers. Any questions on the 2012 accounts? Doesn't seem to be the case. So also formal approval requested for 2012. All those in favor? Thank you. Anyone against? Doesn't seem to be the case. Abstentions? No. Thank you very much. And also at this stage, many thanks to Caroline for doing a fantastic job as our finance manager. I know she's in contact with many of you on a regular basis, and sometimes she wants to make sure that payments are in on time. But she does that for the interest of all of you, and I thank her very much. Okay, then we go, and I'll go to the rostrum for the financial plan 2013-2017, as well as the other financial matters. So you have received the financial plan 2013-2017. I just want to highlight certain points. So the balance of the reserves at the end of 2012 was 13 million Swiss francs. This was higher than the expectation, which was 11.1. And the main reason for this increase, there was two reasons. First of all, we didn't spend as much as we had planned, which is good news. And the even better news was that the IOC revenues for the Olympic Games were much higher. In total, there was $518 million given to the international federations in total, and then that our part was higher than expected. We had budgeted around $12 million, and it ended up being around $15 million. So we were quite happy with that. Of course, we also have to take into consideration the US dollar Swiss francs, as I said before. The income for the income budget for 2013, 2.4. We had to pay also the VAT, the value added tax on the IOC payments. This is money we get in addition to the actual payment. And we had some currency loss on that one, but in general we were quite okay. The other thing is that our executive board, based on the recommendation of the Finance and Audit Board, has decided that the additional payment we got this year from the IOC will be used to pay off the mortgage on our office, so that we don't have any mortgage anymore, and we at the same time make this fixed asset part of our reserves. So this will be done at the end of the year, because if we would do it earlier, we would have to pay a penalty on the mortgage. So that will be done 31st of December this year. So at the end of 2013, we should be around 9 million Swiss francs in reserves. We will then keep on, I would say, taking money from these reserves over the next 3 years. And then by the end of the Olympic period, we will, of course, have spent most of the revenues from the London Olympic Games on our development, on our events, and on other programs we do. So we expect then, at the moment, an Olympic revenue in 2016 of 14.5 million Swiss francs. This is based on the current Swiss franc US dollar ratio, and although we have been upgraded in the Olympic revenue groups, we at this moment do not foresee an increase in the revenue for two reasons. First of all, London was exceptional because there was only 26 sports instead of 28 sports, and also we have to be careful in our financial planning. We should not plan for any increase at this moment. But hopefully we have again good news in 2016 like we had in 2012. So in general, our financial planning allows us to have a good balance at the end of the Olympic period, and to increase a little bit our reserves as well, to make sure there is no unpleasant surprise. As you know, we also always take an insurance on the Olympic revenues. Should at any moment the Olympics not take place or have issues at the Olympics, that we have an insurance to take care of such case. Are there any questions on the financial plan as such? That doesn't seem to be the case. Thank you very much. Then I'll go to the next point, which is member association fees. You have received in your documents the proposal of the member association fees. There is no substantial change. The only change we have proposed is to change the currency of the base membership fee. In the past we used the US dollar. We propose now the Swiss franc. And this is mainly because all our accounting is in Swiss francs and all our budgeting is in Swiss francs. So this is just a question of changing the currency. Now, at the moment, the Swiss franc is a little bit higher than the US dollar, but it could be the other way around next year. So it's not going to make a substantial change for any of you. As you know, our membership fees are based on the size of the federation, but also on the economic situation of the country concerned. So it's a fair system that the big countries in the more developed countries pay more than a smaller country with the same membership, same members in that country. Are there any questions on the membership fees? That doesn't seem to be the case, so can I have an approval for the membership fees as they are proposed in the papers? All those in favor? Okay, thank you. Anyone against? Abstentions? Thank you very much. Caroline will be very happy, so she doesn't have to do all the conversions. Thank you. Then the last point in terms of the finances is the approval of the auditor's firm. We have been using, as you know, PricewaterhouseCoopers since many years, and they have accepted, if you approve, to reconduct the auditing next year. As you've seen, they also change regularly the auditors to make sure that the thing is done properly, and we have every year an audit which is preceded by our Finance and Audit Board committee meeting, who also conduct an internal audit on our accounts, and then together they meet and discuss the audit of our accounts. All those in favor for keeping PricewaterhouseCoopers? Okay. Any against? No. Abstentions? Thank you, and we will inform them. So that concludes the financial matters, Mr. President.
Thank you, Tom. Now we move agenda item 11, interpretations.
Okay, we've had quite a lot of interpretations. I think it's 200 pages in total. We have not been indicated of any special requests on discussion on any interpretation. So we propose to accept all the interpretations in one block vote. However, before we do that, we want to make sure that you all know how to use the voting system. So we are going to give a small introduction on how to vote. All the voting delegates have received tablets, and they also have received a password. Is this the case for all voting delegates? Has anybody not received a tablet or a password? Yes, Venezuela, it seems to be an issue. Can we check Venezuela? The password doesn't seem to be working for Bangladesh. Can we check Bangladesh? Anyone else? You're already inside. Can someone check Bangladesh just before we do a test vote? Okay, the password you received was with your accreditation. There was a small white strip put in the back of your accreditation. So if anybody doesn't have it, it was given at accreditation as such. Now, except the two countries that asked for question, everyone else has the tablet and the password and it's working, correct? Cuba? Okay, there seems to be one of the two, because there's a proxy for Cuba, that was not working. Can someone check Cuba? Cuba? And in the back there, which country? Nigeria. Okay, Nigeria as well. Can someone check Nigeria? Okay, what we will do is we will do a test vote. Can we have the test vote opened? Can someone open the test vote? Thank you. Test vote. Can we show on the screen, please, the vote? On the screen, please. Can we show on the screen the test vote, please? Not sure what the vote is, but is it Monday? That's the question. Now, for the ones that have a lot of jet lag, this might be a difficult question to answer. Okay? So the question is it Monday? And the vote is open. So basically, you have three options: or you push on the yes, or you push on the no, or you abstain. If you want to cancel the vote, you have to push again on the same button. And after you decided, you push send. After you send, you can no longer make a change. We have an issue here with Belgium. If someone can check with Belgium. Nigeria, there's still an issue. Belgium here in front. Okay, everyone else has been able to vote. The moment you push send, you see the World Archery logo, which you all know. That's okay. So the moment you have the logo, you're okay. Now the two scrutineers, if the two scrutineers can go to the voting area, which is on the left, so they can give me an indication if most people have voted. The scrutineers, Kenneth, Evelyn, if you can go to the voting area to observe. So except for the countries that I've indicated, all the other ones are okay now? So everyone has made up its mind if it's Monday or not? So Evelyn and Kenneth, you can give me an indication when you see most people have voted in the back over there. We'll do several test votes, so don't worry if it doesn't work the first time. We'll make sure that you get it going by the time we do the real voting. Okay, anyone else who has an issue? Canada, okay. Pascal, if you can help Canada over there. Anyone else? Okay, we have an indication, has nearly everyone voted? 78? "79 people have voted. Anybody who has still a problem, please raise your hand. Okay. 84, we're getting closer. As far as I've been informed, there is now 98 people who have the right to vote. We had several countries that arrived later. So we're still a little bit off. Has anybody that has not voted or that had the intention to vote not been able to vote? One person left there behind and that's it? How many? 87, so we're getting closer every moment. Okay, all of you have voted and you pushed send, correct? 91. I still see people around, walking around. Okay, we're going to close the first vote and then we'll open a second one. So if we can close the vote now. Same time we see who is awake or not, because it's definitely not Monday. Okay, well, some people definitely have jet lag because only 65 thought it was no. Okay. Can we open a second test vote just to make sure we can do it 2 times in a row? Maybe we can ask if it's Friday. Can we open a second test vote, please? Aha, is it Friday? Okay. Yes or no? Or abstain? So yes, no, abstain, and you press send. Okay, anybody has an issue? Evelyn, Kenneth? 90, okay. So I'm going to close the vote now. The vote is closed. 93, okay. The vote will be closed now. Can we close the vote, please? Okay. Well, there's still some people that have jet lag, but it's getting better. Okay, good. Do you feel all confident that we can go ahead with voting? Any issue? No? Okay. Thank you very much. So now we will go to a real vote. Do you accept all the interpretations as they were sent by the committees? So if we can open that vote. Thomas, if you can check. Can we open for... No? Okay. So we're getting the question ready for voting. So as soon as they're ready, they will put it on the screen. We will vote. In the meantime, I take the occasion to thank all the committees for their hard work over the last 2 years. We have had many interpretations. Okay, yes, no, and abstention as well, huh? Okay, we have to have abstention as a possibility as well, even if we know the committees did a very good job. Okay, there seems to be some people voting already. Please stop voting. We're resetting the system to make sure that you can vote yes, no, or abstain. So no voting at this moment, please. I know you all want to move forward, but a little bit of patience. So don't vote until I give you the opportunity to start voting. When we have it, okay. So now I open the vote for interpretations, yes, no, or abstain. If anybody has an issue, we'll call one of the staff to help you. Okay. Can I have an indication if people have been able to vote? Okay, I'm going to declare the vote closed in a second. Okay, there seems to be an issue in the front. We're at 80 people. Okay. We're going to... There's an issue with Moldova who just arrived. I think she wasn't there for the test vote. We're over 90. Okay. I'm going to declare the vote closed. Close the vote, please. The vote is closed. We have 85% accepted the interpretations. Thank you on behalf of the committees of their hard work. The next vote will be on the bylaws. That is ready as such. So basically, you know, the bylaws were approved by the executive board. They are in effect as such. However, Congress has the opportunity to vote on them. We have received no request to discuss a specific bylaw by the deadline foreseen in our Constitution. Therefore, the vote will be in block as well. So it will be on all bylaws as such. Can I have an indication from Thomas if that is okay? So we will going to open the votes for the bylaws. No, this is the, yeah, we're going to open in a second the vote for the bylaws. The bylaws vote is open, yes, no, or abstention. Okay, anyone has an issue? Italy seems to be solved. Cuba has an issue. Can we have someone checking Cuba? Anyone else? Okay. How are we doing? 90. Okay. We're going to close the vote. The vote is closed. Close the vote. Thank you. We have the bylaws accepted, and we thank you for your confidence in the Executive Board. We now go to the report of the Board of Justice and Ethics. Do we have any questions on the very short report and on the very good behavior of our athletes and officials? Don't know if the chair wants to add anything. No? There's no vote on this, don't worry. So thank you very much to the Board of Justice and Ethics for your hard non-working, because all our athletes and officials behaved well. Thank you. We'll go now to the other permanent committees.
Again, floor is yours.
Thank you, President. Athletes Committee, does the chair of the Athletes Committee, Victoria Koval, wants to add anything to her report? Doesn't seem to be the case. Do you have any questions for our Athletes Committee? That doesn't seem to be the case. I thank Victoria and the other 5 athletes for the extremely hard work they are doing and for giving us good input in what we should be doing. So thank you, Victoria. Then the next one is the Coaches Committee. We have no additional remarks from our Coaches Committee chair. We just have one small presentation. As you know, we will have the World Archery Coaching Seminar from the 25th of 30th of November in Rio de Janeiro. The lecturers include many renowned archery coaches, Lee Ki-sik, Kim Young-tak, Pascal Comer, Doug Denton, Juan Carlos Olgado, Richard Priestman, John Dudley, and many, many more. It will be held in the training facility of the Brazilian Volleyball Federation, which is a very nice facility. You have the details of the registration and the cost. There will also be a visit to the Rio 2016 Olympic venues, and especially you will be able to discover the archery venue, which you see in a different shape here during Carnival, and the venue, we are very happy, is ready, as also the Brazilian organizing committee will give further information this afternoon. So please register, especially for countries that need visas. Please don't wait too long, because we want to make sure that if you want to go, you can go, and that you are not stuck for reasons of visa. If you need any further deep information during the next 2 days, you can find Pascal Colmer, and he will be able to give you all the details on the coaches seminar. Any questions on seminar or coaches committee? Doesn't seem to be the case. We go then to Constitution and Rules Committee. Mark, do you need to add anything to your report? No, thank you. Any questions, Constitution and Rules Committee? Doesn't seem to be the case. Thank you to the 3 members of the Constitution and Rules Committee. Field Archery Committee. The chairman, unfortunately for medical reasons, is not here. However, we have the 2 other members in the hall. Should there be any questions? Any questions for Field Archery? Doesn't seem to be the case. Thank you, and thank you to the 3 members. The next one is the Judges Committee. Mr. Willman, do you have anything to add? No, thank you very much. Any questions for Judges Committee? Doesn't seem to be the case either. Thank you very much. Thank you to the members, which are all 3 present in this hall, to make sure we have a good judging done all year round. Medical and Sports Science Committee, the chair is not here but asked me to answer any questions should there be any. Since I'm not a doctor, I hope there's not too many questions. If not, I'll pass it to my president. Not the case, thank you very much. The next committee is the Para-Archery Committee, and I think there was a request from the chair to make a small report. So Rita, you have the floor, and she will talk about the Para-Archery Committee activities.
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to speak a little bit about the report and some other issues related to para-archery. I just want to add to the report, as was announced in the report, that we had a meeting, a 2-day conference in Britain about visually impaired archery. The reason for that was that since we have visually impaired archery within our family, we never had enough participants in the events. And the reason was that there were a lot of discussions about rules, equipment, categories, etc. The result of the 2 days meeting was that we are unanimous now about the rules we have. After the discussions, people understood it much better, and now we can move on to really develop visually impaired archery. Then maybe to explain a little bit the difficulties or the challenges we have with para-archery, and not only with para-archery, with Paralympic sports in general, is related to the classification. And it's maybe you're not familiar enough to understand what it is about. To define the minimal disability to participate in Paralympic sports, to participate in the sport, we define the minimal disability. And it means that we need to see what impact the disability has on the sport performance. The result of this exercise is that we have sport classes. Like in para-archery, we have the W1, W2, and standing classes. To define this, we need expert knowledge about disabilities and about the sport. So it's therefore that we have created the classification committee within the Para-Archery Committee. So this group of experts have proposed changes to what we had, and these changes are agreed upon by the Para-Archery Committee. So that's about classification and sport classes. Then about the motion, which is on the table later this meeting, is about how we combine these classes into the categories for the events. And the motion 7 is about the change of that for international competitions. So we are convinced that our proposal will result in the long term on more competitive and universal competitions. And maybe more important, it will have better opportunities for women in para-archery and for the severe disabled archers. So when you have questions, because I understood there are some questions, Carol Hicks from New Zealand, who is a member of the committee, and I will be around to answer your questions if needed. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rita. Any questions on that matter? Doesn't seem to be the case. Thank you, Rita, for your very clear explanation. Then we go to Target Archery Committee. I don't think the chairman wants to add anything. No, thank you. Any questions? Not the case either. And then the last committee, technical committee. Anything from the chair to add? No, thank you. And thank you, especially technical committee, for the very hard work over the last 2 years, because I have the feeling every week there is an interpretation going to the technical committee. Any questions for them? Doesn't seem to be the case. Thank you, and thanks to all the committees for their very hard work.
Thank you, Tom. My friends, now we are moving agenda item 17, one of our essential parts of the Congress. But luckily, this time we don't have many more motions and proposals like in the past during some of our congresses. Again, I give the floor to the Secretary General about the motion and proposals.
Okay, thank you, Mr. President. Can I have the presentation, please? Presentation of the motions. Thank you. Okay. The first motion, which you see the text here, I'm not going to read the text, don't worry. It's about the autonomy of sport. As you might be aware, we have more and more challenges around the world in terms of interference by other parties in what is the work of your federations. We had to suspend one of you in the last year as a result. I'm happy to report that it's been resolved, and it's been resolved in a good way. We have issues, as you know, with India. India has done everything according to their constitution, but their government de-recognized the federation because they want to impose certain additional requirements to the running of the federation. We fully supported India in their fight, and we hope that the matter will be resolved. You might also be aware that the IOC suspended India for exactly the same reason. So we hope that this matter will be resolved soon. We also have in Ecuador a similar situation where the Ministry of Sport want to impose a new president. Also together with the IOC, we're working there to resolve the issue. And I thank our friend from Argentina who has been going there as observer and helping us to resolve the issue as much as we can. There will be a new election next week in Ecuador that hopefully resolves it for the next 4 years. However, looking through these cases, we felt that we needed a better rule to act immediately on these cases, and this is exactly why we have proposed you this new law. We've taken, we looked at what other federations have in their rules, and this is one of the rules from another federation that we have proposed to you today, because we feel that we can use the expertise of some others that have more experience in this matter. So, are there any questions on the text? Are there any comments on the text? If that is not the case, then I propose we open the vote for motion for law number 1. There is an issue with Italy. So autonomy of sport, you can vote yes, no, or abstain. This is part of the Constitution, so we need a 2/3 majority for this motion to pass. Anyone has an issue? Yes, Australia. There seems to be an issue with Mexico over there. Anyone else? How are we doing? 77. Now I see that many of you already discovered the camera function on the tablet as well. Although we appreciate that you take pictures with the tablet, at the moment we should use them for voting. I'm sure you will take excellent pictures afterwards, but please, for the moment, use them for voting. "90. Anyone has a final issue? If not, yes. There seems to be an issue with Australia. Okay. Then I declare the vote closed. Please close the vote. Can I have the results, please? Thank you. 93% accepted the autonomy of sport. Thank you very much. We will now go to motion number 2. Can I have the presentation again? Motion number 2 is a motion proposed by Lebanon. Yes? Microphone over there, please. Can we have a microphone? Microphone to India.
I just want to place and record our sincere thanks to World Archery for supporting us when we were fighting with the government of India for this very important thing of autonomy for sport. Thank you very much, Mr. President. Thank you very much, Secretary General, and all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your very valuable comments, my friend.
Okay, we go so to motion number 2. Now I don't see the delegation of Lebanon in the hall, who are the ones who propose the motion and who are supposed to be the ones talking first, so I'll do it on their behalf. Basically, they would like to have the option for a member association to join another continental association. Now, we have discussed this also in the executive board, and this would be opening many issues with qualification systems, with funding from Olympic associations, with regional NOCs. There is no one from Lebanon present. Does anybody want to talk about this proposal from Lebanon? That doesn't seem to be the case. So can we have the vote open for the second motion, the motion from Lebanon to have a free choice of Continental Association? So if you want to vote yes, you push yes, no, or abstain. And also here we need a 2/3 majority. Anyone has an issue? Okay, how are we doing? 90 votes. Anyone has an issue? If not, we declare the vote closed. The vote is now closed. We have the results of the vote, please. So the vote has been rejected. The choice of Continental Association is still no possibility to choose your Continental Association. It is linked to the region you belong to. Thank you. We go then to the third motion. It's also a motion from Lebanon. World Archery recognizes one continental association for the 5 areas: Africa, America, Asia, Europe, and Oceania. And they would like to have, sorry, next one. No. That's another text. The text is wrong. They wanted to create a Mediterranean Continental Association. That is the text of the motion. And this is not what is written here. So their request is to have a Mediterranean Continental Association created. I'm not sure the Mediterranean is a continent, nor is it clear to me what happens with certain countries if they want to be in Africa, Asia, or Europe. But this is the proposal from Lebanon. There is no one from Lebanon here to explain. It is very clear that we have 5 continental associations in the IOC, in the Olympic movement, and we fail to see the reason to have a 6th continental association. However, if anybody wants to make a remark or question on it, yes, Bangladesh, can we have a microphone here? Bangladesh.
As I understand that Lebanon has proposed this thing, but they are not present. I don't find there's any use of giving it on the vote. The one who is not present, this is useless to go for the vote. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bangladesh. Anyone else who wants to say? Under the Constitution, yeah, Ivory Coast.
Mr. President, Congress members, I am raising this, I'm saying something about this motion because I know very well the President of Lebanon Federation, and I understand perfectly why he asked this to the Congress. As you all know, the political situation in Lebanon is not what they say a simple situation. They have been member of the Mediterranean Archery Association since the foundation, so that means that they have been working and being archers in Lebanon since the beginning as Europeans. When the organization of the Mediterranean Archery Association has changed, only Israel remained attached to Europe, again for political reasons. So practically they are asking to be treated like Israel. This is the situation. Thank you.
Sorry to say, Mr. Frangilli, but that was the previous motion. This motion is to create an additional continental association that was on the form on the one before. So, can we have the opening of the vote for? Sorry.
I'm Evelyn Papadopoulou from Greece. I understand someone who requests something, but this is something major about creating a new association. My idea is that wouldn't they firstly contact the countries that they are infected in this proposal? I mean, do they know that the Mediterranean countries would like to join this idea before it will be presented? That means that someone is deciding something for us. That's my comment only. Thank you.
As I said before, it's not very clear from their proposal what their idea was or who would join. So they're unfortunately not here to explain the reasons why they wanted to do it. But we will now go for the opening of the vote. Opening of the vote on the creation of a new continental association. The vote is open. How are we doing? 92. Anyone is an issue? Doesn't seem to be the case. We close the vote. And there is no new Mediterranean Continental Association. The vote is quite clear. We now go to motion number 4. Motion 4 is to change the name of the Field Archery Committee to the Field and 3D Archery Committee. This is mainly to reflect the reality that the Field Committee is also in charge of 3D. Before we had an ad hoc committee, but since Torino we have the Field Committee also handling 3D matters. So it's really to adapt to that new situation. Any questions on that? No? So then we can open the vote for the name change of the Field Archery Committee to Field and 3D Archery Committee. How are we doing? 95. Oh, fantastic. Anyone an issue? Then we close the vote. Okay, so the Field Committee has a new name. Congratulations to the committee members present in the room. We go to the next motion, motion number 5. Can we have the text on the screen? The button doesn't seem to work, and okay, thank you. Book 2, Article 318.1. The format for the World Archery Championships and World Archery Youth Championships shall be for the recurve division a qualification round consisting of a 70-meter round followed by an Olympic round. So basically this is to change the format of the World Championships qualification round to the 70-meter round instead of the FITA round. We want to be very clear, this applies to the World Championships. This has no effect of what you want to do in your country with your national tournaments, with your regional or continental tournaments. That is your decision and your decision only. The FITA round, although we might change the name in a few minutes from now, remains in our rule book, remains as an official World Archery round. World records continue to exist and continue hopefully to be broken. But this is about the World Championships and the World Championships only. The reasons for it being several ones, I think most of you know them. It is a request of a large majority of our athletes, of all of our organizers, and we have to be clear, the current FITA round poses a serious risk for future candidatures, especially for youth or para championships, where it's difficult to find organizers because of the difficulty to find a field adapted to it. Are there any questions or comments? Yes? New Zealand, can we have a microphone?
Thank you, Mr. President. Carol Hicks, New Zealand. For those people who have been coming to Congress for as many years as I have, they will remember well that New Zealand has led the fight to retain the FITA round, the 1440 round for World Championships. For people to travel long distances, spend a lot of money to shoot only 72 arrows, seemed to us during those years as a complete waste of time. However, New Zealand is interested in fairness, and on the basis that it has been agreed and we have already shot the 50-metre round for the compound archers, it is only fair that the recurve archers also shoot only the 72 arrows. New Zealand will support this motion.
Thank you. Any other comments or questions before I give the word to the President? Doesn't seem to be the case. Mr. President?
Thank you, Tom. My friends, we have to be more dynamic, we have to be more attractive for our future events. This change is also a part of our Archery World Plan. As Tom mentioned, this motion strongly supports from our athlete committee, all of organizers, and it is really an important part of our Archery World Plan. Thank you.
Thank you. So we will, oh, yes, sorry, Italy. Microphone, please, microphone. Microphone to Italy, here.
Of course, also for the qualification, the quota tournament, the competition will be held with 70 meters, not only the World Championship.
For what concerns continental quota tournaments, this is the decision of the continental body as such. This is not necessarily our decision. Continental associations have the right to decide themselves which round they shoot for the qualification. However, it's the result of the match play that decides who gets the quota places. It is not World Archery's prerogative to tell continental associations which round they will shoot. Europe, as you well know, which has always shot 70-meter rounds, but some of the other continents have shot other rounds. It is not World Archery's choice, this is the Continental Association's choice. So we cannot decide for the continents. We can only decide for World Championships. Continental associations decide for continental championships.
Okay, but I think it is a little bit confusing for the archers because they made the qualification with the World Arch with 70 meters, and also the Continental Union must organize a qualification tournament with 70 meters.
This, I understand the position of Italy. In Europe, this is not an issue. Every continent has that decision themselves, and the athletes, through their national federations, can discuss this matter with their continents. The delegates of those countries can discuss it with their continents, but it is not our decision. This is only the decision of the Continental Association. And today we are not deciding for the continents, we're deciding what happens on the World Championships, and that's it. Okay, so can we then open the vote for changing the qualification round for, and I stress again, World Championships only, not continental. How are we doing? 93. Anyone has an issue? Okay, then I'm going to close the vote. Close the vote, please. Thank you very much. The 70-meter round has been accepted as the qualifying round for the World Championships. Now we have a particular request, and I will give the floor again to Carol Hicks of New Zealand.
Carol Hicks, New Zealand, but in this particular instance I'm speaking as the technical delegate for the World Para Archery Championships to be hosted in Bangkok, Thailand in the first week of November this year. Normally, when new rules are made, they do not apply until the following year. What we in Thailand for the World Para Archery Championships would like, and we've done a lot of consultation on this matter, we would like to be able to use the 70-meter round for the recurve archers in Bangkok on the 1st of November 2013. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Carol Hicks, on this proposal. So, as she said, all new rule changes come into effect basically on the 1st of April 2014. However, we want to ask Congress permission that the qualifying round for the recurve archers in Bangkok, which will shoot on the 3rd of November this year, will shoot the 70-meter round as such. As she clearly indicated, this has been done in full consultation with all the countries that are most likely to participate. Also, the final entries are still open, which is not the case for the World Championships here or the World Youth Championships, who will be shot with a FITA round without any discussion. So this is a request that the Para Archery Championships in Bangkok will be shot with a 70-meter round. Any questions on this matter? No? Then I will ask for a show of hands who agrees that in the Para Archery Championships we will have the 70-meter round used. All those in favor? Okay. Anyone abstaining? Anyone against? 2 abstaining? No, okay. Anyone against? Okay, 1 person against. Okay, thank you very much, and I'm sure the Para Archery World Championships in Bangkok organizer is very happy with this. We now go to motion number 6. And I have the text. Oops, 1 too far. Okay, basically this is to remove the word FITA round from our rule book, because in some years some people might have a hard time knowing what FITA stood for. So we want to make it now the 1440 round, which was a proposal from some of you that was taken on board by the CNR committee. And then the double FITA round becomes the double 1440 round. Any questions or discussion on this? Doesn't seem to be the case. So we can go and open the vote to change the wording of the round. Can we have the vote opened for motion 6? Okay. Vote is open. Okay. Okay, 93. Anyone is issue? Doesn't seem to be the case. We close the vote. Close the vote, please. Close the vote. Please show the results. Okay, the round name has been accepted. Round is now called the 1440 round. Okay, we got the next one. Have the motion on the screen, please. Motion 7. Okay, this is what Rita van Driel previously also mentioned. This is to have a change of the competition format or the categories used at Para Archery Championships. Now I want to make it very clear, this will not come into effect in Bangkok. This is for the next championships. The reasoning is to have a more universal, competitive and fair format at the Paralympics. It is about international competitions, as was clearly said by the chair. It is not related with the classification as such. Classification is a separate matter, and there will be changes to the classification as also indicated by the chair of the Para Committee to make it more fair and also to give more possibilities to the severe disabled. This change will give a very balanced program at the Paralympics and will also allow for compound mixed team and compound W1 for the ones who know what it is, mixed teams at the Paralympics. Currently, the Paralympic program for archery is waiting for this decision for it to be finalized by IPC. There is also an amendment to it, but it's kind of editorial. I don't know, Carol, if you want to mention anything on the amendment. It's basically remove recurve IPC and compound IPC, change it by para recurve and para compound, but that's basically an editorial matter which doesn't need any discussion. Does anybody want to take the floor or have questions on this motion? That doesn't seem to be the case, so we can ask then the opening of the vote. Yes, opening of the vote. And I consider the amendment included. And normally we should vote on the amendment first, but since it's really editorial, we will do one vote. Just the vote on the motion, not on the amendment, please. I know this is the normal procedure. It's not a mistake of the voting staff. It's my mistake. I want to speed up things. So we vote immediately on the motion as amended as such. Okay, categories changed. So it's motion number 7 amended with the editorial change, and the vote is open. The vote is open, yes? How are we doing in terms of voting? Okay, anyone has a problem? Doesn't seem to be the case. We're closing the vote. 96, perfect, thank you. 97, oh, we're getting close to 98. Okay, thank you. So the categories change has been adopted. We will inform IPC, and we will have 6 medal events in the Paralympics in Rio, which will be the recurve open, the compound open, the W1 open, and they will also have the relevant mixed teams and, of course, for both genders. We go then to motion number 8. Motion number 8 is in relation to the team rounds for recurve. The team round and the mixed team round, basically based on the success our president also mentioned in terms of the set system for the individual round at the Olympics and other events, the proposal is to introduce a set system for recurves in the team and mixed team event. For some of you that might wonder why it's best of 4 sets and not best of 5 sets, this is fully related to television time and nothing else. 5 sets would take just too much time. Any questions or remarks on this proposal? That doesn't seem to be the case, so we can open the vote on motion number 8 to introduce sets for the team rounds. And we have a Spanish version of the word recurve, but that's fine. I think we all know that it is the recurve round. Yes. Okay, we're doing okay for the voting. 86, 91. Okay, anyone has an issue? Doesn't seem to be the case, so we can close the vote. Okay, thank you. And this, of course, also comes into effect next year and not in Bangkok, just to make it clear. Okay, we can go to motion number 9. It's basically to remove the half FITA round. Most people wouldn't even know what it is. I'm not going to explain it. Anybody has any questions on it? Yes? Ivory Coast.
What it is, I think, is just half feet around, is a half feet around. The question is why to remove? Usually, if you have an official competition, you just keep it or you move it in the experimental competition if you want to degrade it. But remove, to cancel a tradition that exists. In Italy, we have had plenty, for instance, of half feet around, and also in other countries, we were trying this solution because it's good. You can organize a similar competition to FITA, but using half a day. Is there since the beginning of FITA, I think. So if you wanted to degrade it, move to the book, I don't remember the book of the experimental competition, but cancel, it's a lot. Sooner or later someone will raise a question, why not to cancel the old FITA round under 1,440 points FITA round that we have just now approved. Cancel the competition that is existing is not good.
Well, when the motion was presented, there was not information as such on many of those tournaments being shot. Also, the reason is it might lead to confusion. Half a 14-14 round is a 7-20 round, which is basically the 70-meter round. So, but okay, we have had an explanation from Italy. We have any other comments or questions on this? Yes, Cuba? Cuba, microphone, please.
Thank you. Sergio from Cuba. I think we can't have in the rules all sorts of rounds that we shoot everywhere in the world. And as far as I remember, the last time we ever had a big international tournament shooting the half feet round was in 1990, 23 years ago. So it's not the same when we talk about the 1440 feet around or the 1440 round, which has been shot everywhere for many years, than just one, round that is shot maybe in only one country. So I would say that, well, I would repeat that. I don't think we need to keep every single individual round in our rules book, otherwise we're going to have a very thick one. Thank you.
I love your optimism of having a smaller rule book soon. Okay, any other remark? Then can we open the vote to remove the half FITA round? How are we doing? Anyone has an issue? Doesn't seem to be the case. Then I'm closing the vote, please. Close the vote. 94, 96. You can close the vote. Okay, thank you very much. So it has been removed. That doesn't stop Italy from putting it in the national rules, but I think it was Ivory Coast you were representing. Okay, motion 10 is, and we should show the next page mainly. Motion 10 is about making indoor consistent with outdoor. We made a clear differentiation between compound and recurve outdoor, but indoor, as you know, we still shoot the same round for compound as for recurve. The proposal is that we have the same logic for recurve and outdoor. We have outdoor, also indoor. So basically set play for individual and now also team match play, and for compound cumulative scoring for both individual and team matches. The reasoning also there is that in compound indoor archery the scores are so tight that with set play it is sometimes more of a lottery than if it would be with cumulative scoring. Are there any comments or questions on this matter? Doesn't seem to be the case, so we can open the vote, and it's of course including also the set system for the recurves at the same time. But the main change is cumulative scoring for indoor compounds. Vote is open. Is an issue with Italy? All the other ones seem to be okay. Okay, we just resolve the issue with Italy and then we will close the vote. '94, Italy is solved? Okay? Is solved or not? Okay or not? No? Okay, so we have to wait that Italy is solved. Okay, we will change the tablet for Italy. Seems to be an issue. Is it okay we close the vote? Okay, we can close the vote and we will make a change for the Italian tablet. Close the vote, please. Okay, so that has been accepted. We go to motion number 11. Motion 11 is changing the wording of, okay, I'm already on the amendment, the wording FITA stars to World Archery stars and FITA arrowhead badges to World Archery badges. And then there is an amendment to change arrowhead badges to World Archery arrowhead badges. I think, again, this is an editorial amendment, which we will take as one, if you agree, because the intention was to have, indeed, World Archery arrowhead badges. So, any comments or questions on that one? Not being the case, can we open the voting for that? And has Italy been resolved in the meantime? So changing the names of the awards. Okay, how is it going? $72. I know it's a very important change for all of you. 90, okay. Is the problem with Australia? Australia here in the front has an issue. Okay, as soon as the Australian situation is resolved, we can close the vote, and then we'll go to the last motion. Okay, it's been resolved? No? $95, is it okay for Australia, or it's not resolved? Since this is not a secret ballot as such, if there is a difference, we can adapt it. Is it okay, or you're going to vote manual? So we publish the results, you can close the results, and we'll add the vote of Australia manually. Vote in favor, okay, good, thank you. So it's actually, so on the results we want to make it clear, it's 91 votes instead of 90 votes. Thank you, Australia, for your cooperation. And we'll make sure that the system will work perfectly for the elections tomorrow. Thank you very much. Then we go to the last vote is the one, no, the next one, motion 12. So for field archery, it's basically to correct the situation we had when we introduced the 6, because we had in the rules that we had ties broken on 5 plus 6s and then 6s. And we want to make it clear that it's first on 6 and then on 5 in that order. And it's basically to make it consistent between all the rounds we have. Any questions or comments on that one? Doesn't seem to be the case. We open the vote for motion 12, and if the issue has not been resolved, then we will have again Australia vote manually after. Ties. Okay, so we have just Australia. It's working? Okay, Italy is working. It's fantastic. Thank you. So close the vote, please. 93, okay. We close the vote. Okay, thank you very much. So this is the end of the laws, and except for the small change for the 70 meters for Bangkok. All these new changes come into effect on the 1st of April 2014, and the rule book will be adapted to it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tom, for this important part of the Congress. My friends, now we move on agenda item 15, Archery World Plan. We all know the importance of our Archery World Plan, and also I mentioned several times during my presentation. Again, I give the floor our Secretary General. Shortly, we cannot stop. We have to run, I can say. Regarding our plan, we have to have a very dynamic, updated plan for our future goals. Yes, Tom.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'm going to report on what happened and also a little bit about what will happen. The first question, our vision, did we succeed? What was our vision? By 2012, archery will be recognized as an important Olympic sport. The World Archery Plan was a project of change and regeneration for the sport of archery. It was started in 2007 with the aim of increasing the international recognition of archery in the lead-up to the 2012 Olympic Games in London. The project focused on making changes that it would improve the Olympic position of archery, with the belief that a stronger position in the Olympic Games would create an even stronger platform for the entire sport to develop. With the vision of making archery internationally recognized as one of the most important Olympic sports by the year 2012, did the World Archery Plan succeed? We built a stronger core and connecting to the outside world to build recognition. There have been some very visible results from the World Archery Plan, starting with the creation of the new World Archery brand and spreading this brand to the Continental and more member associations. Archery events have become more athlete, TV, media and fan-friendly, and the focus on taking the World Cup final to iconic locations have showcased archery events in new and innovative ways, while also creating new partnerships with our host cities. The number of international sponsors has increased, and the way in which World Archery reaches out to the media and fans around the world has changed, using social media platforms to engage these audiences. All of these accomplishments, and there are many more, have been celebrated by the World Archery family at the Congresses in 2009 in Ulsan and 2011 in Turin. However, does all of this prove that World Archery has succeeded in its vision? According to a survey that World Archery ran in June 2012 of 85 independent experts from the world of international sports, 61% agreed that over the last 5 years, World Archery has indeed increased its importance as an Olympic sport. This response can provide confidence that World Archery is definitely moving towards its vision. Another very important indicator is that archery moved up in the IOC grouping of sports. Archery is now in Group C of the IOC groupings and, as our President mentioned, was included in the IOC's core sports for future editions of the Olympic Games. The risk that archery used to have of being removed from the Olympic program is no longer. However, there is still a great possibility to do much more. These accomplishments were a team effort, and I'd like to thank everyone, all of you, the staff in the office, and all people around the world who have taken part in working groups, workshops, and so on. You all deserve a big hand of applause. Congratulations. Okay, but now we need to look also at the future and the plan 1317. And we need to improve. We need all of you in each of your respective countries to make your own breakthroughs. We accomplished a breakthrough for our sport at international level, but now the focus of the plan is for 2030-17 on you. And to assist all of you World Archery member associations to make their own breakthroughs so you too can become recognized in your country as important Olympic sport. To do this, World Archery is committed to providing support to each and every one of you in the areas of events, so you can improve your national products, partnerships, so you can improve your relationships with media, other sport organizations, host cities, and other important partners within your country, management, so you can improve and strengthen your organization, development, so you can build the sport further, and promotion, so you can speak to a wider audience and engage more fans and athletes across your country. So, last Congress, this is what you told us that you wanted to work on: events, partnerships, management, development, and promotion. These were your words, not mine. And I think these are areas we want to develop with you throughout this Congress and beyond. So, you have to determine yourself what is your vision for your member association by 2016 in increasing participation, performance, independence, cooperation, management and events, but it's your strategy. We can't do it for you. You will have to develop your own strategy at home. But we know it's not easy, so we will help you to do it. For this, we will have a general support, of which this Congress will be the starting point, and also some individual support. We will do workshops, as we will do later on today here. We will continue with the management seminar we have been doing, and there will be one very likely next year. And we will also provide you some resources and tools online available to all of you, which you can use for your own strategic planning. And then we will also conduct individual support. The idea is to do 5 projects per year with the 5 continents. We will select together with the Continental Associations those countries, but the idea is that those countries then in the 2nd or 3rd year help neighboring countries to implement something similar. Those projects will be focused on the 5 points I mentioned and will help you to grow further in your country. So this is the state of affairs as it is today. The World Archery Plan 2013-2016 has a vision, and the vision is very clear, that archery will be nationally recognized on a worldwide level as an important Olympic sport. That is our job for the next 4 years. And we hope that already today, with the workshops we will organize this afternoon and tomorrow, you will make the first start for this. We know that this is not an easy job. It's probably more difficult than the plan we had the last 4 years, but if we all work together, we can accomplish great things, as was shown in the presentation of our President. If there's any questions, or Lars and Caroline are ready to answer them, but if not, I think we will have a workshop on going back home, and then of course the people involved in the presentations will be available through email, social media and any other means of communication to help you move forward in those 4 areas. The idea is that then by next Congress in 2015 we will work on other teams to help you to improve in those areas. Thank you very much. This concludes my presentation on the strategic plan.
Thank you, Tom. Lars, maybe will you have some comments? Okay, thank you. As Tom mentioned, this afternoon we will have some group workshops. In any case, everybody again will contribute to the plan. My friends, now we have a lunch break until 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Let's meet here at 2 o'clock.
Okay, I have some small housekeeping matters also to mention. The first one, and the most important one, is please leave all your tablets on your table. The reason is we want to make sure that they are properly charged for tomorrow for the elections. So please leave all your tablets on the table. Don't worry, we will not keep them. You get them back tomorrow. And at the end of Congress, you can even take them home. But for the moment, we still need to keep them. And we thank our friends from Samsung for helping to provide them to you. But for the moment, you will have to use your mobile phone or other camera if you want to make nice pictures this afternoon. The second important information is that the lunch will be in the room next to us. So it's quite easy, you can't get lost, it's very close, it will be buffet style, and you can choose whatever you wish. And as our president said, we will come back at 2 o'clock here, and at 2 o'clock I will announce the groups for this afternoon for the workshops. One group will stay here, the other 3 groups will go to other rooms. And I will mention how it works with the rotation at 2 o'clock. Then the last information is for our European federations present here. There will be a meeting in this hall at 1:15. 1:15, all the European federations representatives should be here. It's to talk about the European team club competition. Don't worry, they're not doing their own congress. It's talking about the European team club competition, and they want to have a meeting with all the European federations present here. Having said that, I'll see to my staff if I've said something wrong or I forgot something. Doesn't seem to be the case. So I wish you all a very good lunch, and we'll be back here at 2 o'clock. Thank you.
Nanti pada pada iya mama iya to shine.
To my own device. And the walls kept tumbling down in the city that we love. Great clouds all over the hills, bringing darkness from above. But if you close your eyes, does it almost feel like nothing changed at all? And if you close your eyes, does it almost feel like you've been here before? How am I gonna be an optimist about this? How am I gonna be an optimist about this? We were caught up and lost in all of our vices. In your pose as the dust settled around us, and the walls kept tumbling down in the city that we love. Great clouds roll over the hills, bringing darkness from above. But if you close your eyes, does it almost feel like nothing? Your eyes, does it almost feel like you've been here before? How am I gonna be an optimist about this? How am I gonna be an optimist about this? Oh, where do we begin? The rubble or our sins? Oh, where do we begin? The rubble or our sins? And the walls kept tumbling down in the city that we love. Great clouds roll over the hills, bringing darkness from above. But if you close your eyes, does it almost feel like nothing changed at all? And if you close your eyes, does it almost feel like you've been here before? Oh, how am I gonna be an optimist about this? How am I gonna be an optimist about this? If you close your eyes, does it almost feel like nothing changed at all?
I'm giving up this whole eyes on you. Call it out like a family. Stood up at my time, get it right. Until the rubber leaves the road. You said don't lie, so I made the truth seem like a lie to even you. Control your fears, claim that you do not know where you're going to. So don't you worry, you'll be my resolution. Characters of no illusion. You'll be my resolution. One month down and it's inside. Oh, I'm guaranteed to lose my mind. It's dangerous to speak inside. You might know what I'm trying to hide. So from the cradle to quarter age, oh, I bought the book but didn't flip the page. Oh, readiness is near, we stay as far away from the coming of days. So don't you worry, you'll be my resolution. Courage is all no illusion. You will be my resolution. Courage is all no illusion. You will be my resolution. Turn around, put it down and see that this is really the place to be. I'm not you, nor you me, but we're both moving steady.
I was scared of dentists and the dark. I was scared of pretty girls and starting conversations. All my friends are turning green. Yeah, the magician's assistant in their dream. Oh, and they come unstuck. Lady, running down to the riptide, taken away to the dark side. I wanna be your left-hand man. I love you when you sing the song, and I got a lump in my throat 'cause you're gonna sing the words wrong. Is this movie that I think you like? This guy decides to quit his job and head to New York City. This cowboy's running from himself. She's been living on the highest shelf. Oh, and they come unstuck. Hey, to the dark side. I wanna be your left-hand man. I love you when you're singing that song, and I got a lump in my throat 'cause you're gonna sing the words wrong. I just wanna know if you're gonna stay. I just gotta know. I can't have it any other way. I swear she's destined for the screen. Closest thing to Michelle Pfeiffer that you've ever seen. Oh, lady, running down to the riptide, taken away to the dark side. I wanna be your left-hand man. I love you when you're singing that song, and I got a lump in my throat 'cause you're gonna sing the words wrong. Oh, lady, running down to the riptide, taken away to the dark side. I wanna be your left-hand man. I love you when you're singing that song, and I got a lump in my throat 'cause you're gonna sing the words wrong. Oh, lady, running down to the riptide, taken away to the dark side. I wanna be your left-hand man. I love you when you're singing that song, and I got a lump in my throat 'cause you're gonna sing the words wrong. Yeah, I got a lump in my throat 'cause you're gonna sing the words wrong. Never seen a diamond in the flesh. I cut my teeth on wedding rings in the movies, and I'm not proud of my address. In a torn up town, no postcode envy, but every song's like gold teeth, grey goose dripping in the bathroom, bloodstains, ball gowns, trash in the hotel room. We don't care. We're driving Cadillacs in our dreams, but everybody's like crystal, Maybach, diamonds on your timepiece, jet planes, islands, tigers on a gold leash. We don't care. We aren't caught up in your love affair, and we'll never be royals. It's a run in our blood. That kind of luck's just ain't for us. We crave a different kind of buzz. Let me be your ruler. You can call me Queen Bee, and baby I'll rule. Let me live that fantasy. My friends and I, we've cracked the code. We count our dollars on the train to the party, and everyone who knows us knows that we're fine with this. We didn't come for money, but every song's like gold teeth, grey goose dripping in the bathroom, bloodstains, ball gowns, trash in the hotel room. We don't care. We're driving Cadillacs in our dreams, but everybody's like crystal, Maybach, diamonds on your timepiece, jet planes, islands, tigers on a gold leash. We don't care. We aren't caught up in your love affair, and we'll never be royals. It's a run in our blood. That kind of luck's just ain't for us. We crave a different kind of buzz. Let me be your ruler. You can call me Queen Bee, and baby I'll rule. Let me live that fantasy. Oh, oh, oh. We're bigger than we ever dreamed, and I'm in love with being queen. Oh, oh, oh. Life is great without a care. We aren't caught up in your love affair, and we'll never be royals. It's a run in our blood. That kind of luck's just ain't for us. We crave a different kind of buzz. Let me be your ruler. You can call me Queen Bee, and baby I'll rule. Let me live that fantasy. One Friday night I took a pill or maybe two. Down at the car park I saw everyone I knew. And before the night was started, we had planned to crash a party. Just a place that someone knew. Local house belonging to a gangster's crew. And at the door they shone a light into my face. Have to admit I felt a little out of place, but I made my way inside, past 1,000 crazy eyes. Then a friend took me aside, said everyone here has a knife. I've seen it all, I've seen it all now. I swear to God, I've seen it all. Nothing shocks me anymore after tonight. Those little doves that send my mind and heart a beating. To say I felt weird really doesn't need repeating. I could sense about attention, the atmosphere of violence. Then they took a guy outside and someone stabbed him with a knife. I've seen it all, I've seen it all now. I swear to God, I've seen it all. Nothing shocks me anymore after tonight. I've seen it all, I've seen it all now. I've seen it all, I've seen it all now. I swear to God, I've seen it all. Nothing shocks me anymore after tonight. I've seen the light, but not the kind I would have liked.
She walked towards you with her head down low. She wondered if there's a way out of the blue. Who's gonna take her home this time? She knew that this time wouldn't be the last time. There she waits, looking for a savior. Someone to save her from a dying self. Always taking 10 steps back and 1 step forward. She's tired, but she don't stop. She don't stop, she don't stop, she don't stop. She don't stop, she don't stop, she don't stop. Every day she stood hoping for a new light. She closed her eyes, then she heard a small voice say, "You don't stop, no, you belong to me." She cried, maybe it's too late. Don't stop.